Hey guys, what's up? Today's video is going to be sort of like a rig rundown type thing. I've never really done this before, but here it is. So today we're going to be talking about Trey Wells. So if you're watching this video, you're probably already a fan of ST Demon Seed and Raccoon Tour and Nate is Lame. So you'll know that Trey is the lead guitarist of ST Demon Seed, or was, because the band doesn't exist anymore, and he's currently the lead guitarist of Raccoon Tour. Although, I mean, to be honest, it's the same band but with a different bass player. And speaking of ST Demon Seed, you should go follow ST Demon Seed. That's actually my account. It's a fan account for Raccoon Tour. I make memes. Except honestly, if you're watching this video, you're probably watching it because you follow me already and I told you to, so thank you. So the first guitar we're going to talk about is probably the most known. It's Trey's Epiphone Les Paul Standard. It's a gold top, as you can see, and it's the one he used in the talent show. This guitar is a mahogany neck, maple top, mahogany body, pretty much what you'd expect from a Les Paul. The fretboard, the older ones might be rosewood, but I think nowadays it's like laurel or ebony or one of those woods because of the CITES thingy. And it has pearloid block inlays, not real mother of pearl. Epiphone Pro Bucker pickups. It has vintage style, like sort of Clusani tuners, not real. Top hat style knobs, sadly no speed knobs. This is the guitar Trey used in the talent show, and it's also the guitar he used live at the Boise Hive. So it's pretty much his number one guitar. Now this next thing we got up is his Affinity Telecaster. It's in metallic blue with a maple fretboard, and it's the guitar Nate used in the talent show video. This guitar is Trey's guitar. Now the whole time Nate was just playing bar chords, but at least he gave the guitar some good use and it became pretty iconic. So here we have a picture of the guitars hanging on the wall of Trey's probably childhood bedroom somewhere. I think it's probably in his grandmother's or mother's house. And you can see all of his guitars here on a makeshift guitar hanging thing with two wood planks on the wall. That's pretty cool, honestly, the way it's staggered. And you can see he has a few more guitars. So the first one we're going to talk about here is an Ibanez Artcore AF75T. Now, Ibanez Artcore, this is like, it's sort of like Gibson's ES line. It's their semi-hollow and hollow body guitars. This one's like a jazz box style guitar, so it's thicker body, single cutaway, definitely not easy to access those upper frets. But it looks beautiful and it probably sounds really great. Now this has mahogany neck, maple top, back, and side, so the whole body is maple, whereas some use like thin slabs of other pieces of wood sandwiched between the maple for extra support and to cut costs. The fretboard is real rosewood on this one, and it has acrylic rock inlays. The humbuckers are classic Elite humbuckers, and it has AR2 roller bridge, which is meant to go with the vibrato it comes with. Now, it looks like a Bigsby. It's obviously not a Bigsby, you can see by the pattern on it, but at least it has that style of vibrato, which I think is really cool. Now, this one, I do like the fact that it has some sort of speed knobs. Now, we have no footage of Trey actually using this, so I don't know. But this guitar is really affordable. Well, more affordable than getting an Epiphone or Gibson, a hollow body. So I can see why he got it. Now, this next guitar we got here is this Luna short scale thing. It's an electric guitar with a double cutaway. It's probably short scale because compared to the other guitars it looks smaller. This thing is really old. I would suspect this is probably Trey's first guitar. You can see here in this video from 2007, Trey was probably like 5 years old and he's playing this guitar. This guitar probably means a lot to him if he's kept it all these years. Now the next one here is another short scale. This is the Gibson Maestro Mini V. So this is like sort of a toy guitar. I mean, it has the Gibson name, but I wouldn't call it a Gibson. Like you can see, it's not the best, but I mean, it's cool. It's like a travel-sized flying V, if you're into that type of. I guess Trey must have got it when he was younger, possibly. Or he got it more recently, just as a novelty type thing. Now here we have an acoustic guitar. I mean, everyone's got to have an acoustic guitar. This is like it's a Fender. Fender doesn't make the best acoustic guitars. Probably acoustic electric, because you can see on the left side it has a little bump there. I don't know anything about Fender's acoustic guitar models, but it's like an auditorium concert shape, whatever you call that. So it's a slightly smaller body, not as big as a Dreadnought, but it's still big enough to function as an acoustic guitar. Now we can also see on this picture he has a bass hanging on the wall. So now you might be familiar that Gibson has the EB0, EB3, EB1, EB2. I'm not sure which ones are which, but this one is an Epiphone EB0. The EB3 has 4 knobs. This one only has 2. So therefore, I'm pretty sure it's the EB0. EB0 and the EB3, I believe, are short scale, 30-inch scale length, and has a single neck humbucker bass pickup. Now back to this picture, you can see this amp in the background. Now that amp, that amp, that's the exact, you may not believe this, that's the exact same amp he used in the talent show. This amp is a PV Bandit 112. Now the Bandit 112, PV had the Bandit, which has been going on since around the 60s, I believe. This has always been a good choice of amplifier. It's PV, so you know it's probably pretty good. I believe in 1996 they released the Trans Tube series, and I think it's like a 75 or 80 watt amp. And the cool thing about this, which was their highest marketing point, is it's supposed to be the best sounding solid state amp to replicate a tube tone. And from reviews I've read, apparently it is just that. It sounds a lot like a real tube amp. And the story goes, at NAMM 1996, I believe, they had people do a blind test to compare this to a real tube amp. And this, surprisingly, most people thought this was a real tube amp. Now we can tell because of the metal corners that the one Trey has is probably a 90s one, because in 2000 they changed the style a little bit. They added bulky plastic corners, and this amp still exists, but they've changed the styling a bunch throughout the years. Now in this photo we can also see on the wall he has a little framed picture of a guitar and a keyboard. It's probably a cheap Casio or something like that. Yeah, and that's pretty much it for this video. It was boring, I guess, depending on who you are. Maybe you liked it. If you did, leave a like, I guess. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe.